What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're just finishing up our third week of sheltering in place here in the Bay Area of Northern California. Hopefully you're doing the same and you're all safe and in good health. Before we even get started today, I have to send a big shout out to a family friend, Joe Jacobian. He is actually in Scotland right now, and he watched my video last week on the Your Full Name is the Workout, and he actually sent me some video clips. But he didn't just go with Joe Jacobian, he went with his full name, Joseph Gabriel Paul Jacobian. So check him out right here. I'm gonna drop some of his video clips in, and let's check him out getting after it. Let's go. All right, Joe, so much love. Thanks for supporting the channel, and thanks for getting after it. That was some good work right there. Okay, so I was scheduled to go out on a run today and feeling a little under the weather. I just might be a little fatigued. So called the coach and he said, hey, take a day off, rest. So today I'm going to do a home gym tour. Now, I understand it's a luxury having a home gym. We're very blessed to have one, and I understand that people right now are losing their jobs and a lot of uncertainty. So don't want to be insensitive to that. But if there are some of you out there watching that are thinking about putting together a home gym, I just want to give you a quick tour, give you some dimensions, and show you what I have in here. So that way you'll have some basic information to work with if you're thinking about putting together a home gym. All right, let's get going. Dimensions of the room. We're basically in here about 12 feet across by 12 feet in depth. So 144 square feet. Okay, ceiling height, we've got about 7.8 feet. So really important to get the basic dimensions down so you can space plan. As you can see in here, it's a really efficient use of space, but I really did have to measure carefully in order to get all of this in here. It allows me enough room to walk around, get the weights back to where they need to go and equipment back to where it needs to go, but it's a real good idea to measure before you buy. So I'm going to give you all of the dimensions, weight, and other important components of the equipment, but you don't have to worry about writing it down because I'm going to put it all in the description box below, so you can have it at your disposal. I took some notes on my iPhone too, so that way it'd just be easier and it'll go faster. Let's start with the mats we have down. These are all rubber mats by a company named Humane, H-U-M-A-N-E. They sell them in 4x4 squares. I bought most of these in an 8x8 interlocking pattern for about $200 for the 8x8 square. Okay, you can cut them to size. If you just take a utility knife, you can cut them down, but they are interlocking. They're antimicrobial, non-marking, non-porous, and they're super easy to keep clean. So if you spill something on them, just, you know, cloth with some water, comes right up. The Airrunner Treadmill. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. I already did a full review video. You can check it out on my channel. But again, really blessed to have this piece of equipment here because I'm training for a marathon and I'm spending a lot of time on this thing. Check out the full video on my channel if you want to see more about the Airrunner treadmill. Free weights. I've always had free weights. Growing up as a kid, we had those old school ones that had the cement in them. And now, you know, I still have to have some free weights here. So because of the space constraints, I purchased this tree by Inspire. It holds 700 pounds worth of weights. So on the bottom, I've got 2 sets of 45s on each side. Then we graduate up to 2 35s, 2 25s, some nickels or 5-pound plates, and then dimes, 2 10-pound plates. Also has storage for 2 Olympic-sized bars. I've got a straight bar, which is a little bit shorter, and an easy curl bar. The dimensions on this, 21 inches wide, 25 inches long, and 55 inches high up to this point. Do account for the length of the actual bar. Okay, and this thing sells for about 199 bucks. Dumbbells. This again is a rack made by Inspire, and I've got just dumbbells ranging from 5 pounds up to 45 pounds. Going to be expanding that here in the near future. Don't have a specific brand on these dumbbells. You can pretty much get them anywhere, but always good to have a nice range of them. And again, I'll probably get up to maybe 85, 90 pounds, store them on the bottom row there. Okay, biggest piece of equipment in here, the Inspire SCS system, which is the, stands for Smith Cable System. And if you're not familiar with what a Smith machine is, it was invented by a fitness guru by the name of Jack LaLanne back in the 50s. And it basically has a barbell that is on a track system like this. So you get vertical up and down motion, but virtually no front to back or horizontal motion. And the reason why it's called a Smith machine, it was this guy named Rudy Smith. He was a gym manager. He saw one of these and then started promoting them in his gyms, and then they started manufacturing more of them and they took on his name. So now they're called a Smith machine. But the unique thing about this Inspire system is it has the Smith machine component, but you can also do free weights. You can rack your own Olympic bar on here and just go free weights only. You can use the guided bar like you see here. I'm not going to go through all of the exercises that you can do, but I can assure you it is a full body system. You can see squats, deadlifts, bench press, both flat incline and decline, calf raises. It does come with an extension for leg work, right? Leg extensions for your quads and hams. It also comes with a preacher curl extension for arm work. And it has 165 pounds of stacked weights that are utilized with the cable system. Super easy to use. You can move these components up and down very easily. And it also has this setup at the top for pull-ups and chin-ups. Now, you do want to be mindful that the entire setup weighs 1,100 pounds. Okay, so if you're setting up your gym on the ground floor like we are, may not be such an issue. If you're going on the second floor, if you're, maybe in an apartment or in a house, definitely do your load calcs to make sure you're not going to have any structural issues, because when you start adding all of this equipment in here, it's a lot of weight. Again, this thing here weighs 1,100 pounds on its own. So the dimensions are 75 inches wide, 61 inches long and between 81 and 87 inches high. And the reason why there's a variance is because you can raise or lower the bar here at the very top that you would use for pull-ups. Another key note, this bar only weighs 30 pounds. Anyone that lifts weights knows that a traditional Olympic bar weighs 45 pounds, so you have to account for that. And it's red so that you don't hit your head on it, okay? It's got some great attachments. I'll just show you one. My wife, Gerlinda's been using this one. This attaches to each side. It's counterbalanced with the stacked weights, and it's used as an assist for pull-ups. So you've got a lot of different attachments that come with the entire system. In my opinion, for a full body home gym system, this hands down is the best. And I've had a lot of Smith machines, free weight racks. This is absolutely the best I've seen. Now, the only drawback is it's not cheap. I've seen it range anywhere from about $4,100 up to about $4,900. So if you're looking to start building a gym, this may be one you consider. Moving on, the Cascade indoor cycle. This is the CMX Pro model. It sells for about $1,600 on sale. A phenomenal indoor cycle. And the thing I notice most is how smooth the ride is, okay? Fully adjustable from the handles to the seat to the height. You've got this resistance lever here. So if you're into spin cycling or just cycling in general, it's a great bike. My daughter, Izzy, who's filming, she uses this for like a Soul Cycle class. She turns this whole gym into like a Soul Cycle studio. So I'll drop a clip of that in right now so you can see her getting after it on the cycle. But if you're looking for an indoor cycle, Cascade, definitely top of the line. Love it. Okay, so that's a lot of the stationary stuff we have. Now I do have some things that I would consider maybe more mobile, right? Let's start with these. The Liebert bars. These, they're called the Liebert Equalizer training bars. Come in a couple of different colors, yellow, green, and chrome. If you're above 6'1", they do make a set for taller people because obviously the distance from the floor up to the top of the bar would be different for someone taller than me. I'm 5'8". But these are great for if you want to say do dips, right? You can get your dip work in. You can set these up on the ground. Push-ups. You can also get underneath them and do back work, a lot of ancillary exercises. And the great thing is, if you nest them together like this, they don't take up a whole lot of space. $119 on Amazon. They support up to 400 pounds of body weight, 26 inches long by 17 inches wide and 28.5 inches high. And they only weigh 19 pounds. So don't take up a lot of space. And you can move them around. That's a nice thing. TRX Bands. This is stationary because it's connected to the rack, but you can get some attachments that will allow you to take the TRX system outdoors. I'm sure most people have seen these, but TRX bands are awesome. You can do a ton of different exercises. Chest work, press work, tricep extensions. You want to get some bicep work in, curls, right? You can get back work in. If you're starting and maybe want to start with one piece of equipment, the TRX bands are probably a great place to start. $200 for the home setup. They get a little more expensive if you get into the pro models, but quite frankly, I don't really see a need for the pro models. They just come, the material used is maybe a little bit better, but that does the trick for me. And TRX, phenomenal. So now, truly being mobile, I like to keep a backpack always kind of handy with some stuff in it that if we're going out for the day, maybe going to the park, traveling, I always have a backpack kind of ready with some stuff that I can bring with me. This is by Skills, SKLZ. It's the agility ladder. I don't know if you've seen one of these, but you basically lay it out in a straight line, and then, you can do this kind of work all the way through. So a lot of speed drills, agility drills. Packs right into the backpack. Again, same company. The slides pads, okay? Doesn't work great on rubber. I usually like to use them on hardwood or on carpet, but they basically will allow you to do isolated movements. You can do them in unison, so you can get a full body workout in with these alone, because you can do, push-ups with them, lunges, jackknives. You can even get hamstring curls in. I'll show you, or I'll drop a link in the description box below of a lot of the exercises you can do. Agility ladder, I think, sells for about $29, and I think these are like $19. Speed rope. I always like to have a jump rope handy. These have the aluminum handles with the bearings in them here. So this, you can really get going on one of these. Oops, it's all tangled up. But really simple, right? Compact. Bring it with you. You can get all of this stuff into the backpack. The other thing I love to use are resistance bands. This I got at, I think it was a giveaway. I can't even remember where we got this, but it's a great band. So curls, great resistance, right? Easy. That's one version. Or you can just get one like this. Doesn't even have to have handles on it. Step right in. Same thing, curls. These all, again, right, super mobile. Pack them in your backpack, you're out the door. Now, last thing, these mirrors. I actually got these mirrors from a dance studio that was going out of business. And oftentimes you can find them, go on Craigslist. These measure 6 by 4, so 6 feet up and down, 4 feet across. This one over here is a little bit narrower. It's only 3 feet across. And since this is intended to be a bedroom, these sliding doors were already hung with mirrors. So set up perfectly for a home gym. That's all of, the components I have in the gym. I obviously have some recovery stuff, especially now that I am training for a marathon. Hyper Ice, this is the Viper vibrating roller, foam roller. I love this thing. 3 different speeds. The Hyperice percussion massage device. Right on your quads, hams, calves. Just don't go on straight on the bone because that'll wake you up real fast. 3 different speeds and a number of different attachments. And then, you know, a yoga block and some other stuff. So that's the home gym right now. Pretty much this will be the extent of what we put in here. I may change a few things out, and if I add something new that I think is worthwhile bringing to your attention, I will do a video on it. But other than that, if you like this content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll know every time I upload new content, and also hit that like button. And most importantly, be well, be kind to yourself and others, and most importantly, believe in yourself, because if you don't, no one else will. Be safe, shelter in place. We'll see you next week. Take care.